Hello and good morning. It's Friday, April 11th, payday. Today's payday, which is my happiest day. This is passive income from dividend investing. This is how to create future generational wealth for your family. So, welcome to the channel. First off, let's start with the payers that's going to pay on Tuesday. And today is the declaration date. You can still buy any of these securities today, Friday, and get paid on Tuesday. So let's clarify that before we go through payday. These are Roundhill weekly pay. These are individual stocks that they did an ETF on and their own strategy for cover calls. So the first one up is MVW, and the underlying security is Nvidia, and it's going to pay 0.155196 per share this week. Next up is TSW. The underlying security is Tesla, and it's going to pay 0.298210 per share. That's a good number. Next one is AAPW. Underlying security is Apple, and it's paying 0.102179 per share. And we have COIW. Underlying security is Coinbase, and it's paying 0.294999 per share. And lastly, we have PLTW. Underlying security is Planeteer, and it's paying 0.234412 per share. So that's the numbers for this week. It's not as good as last week. Last week the numbers were pretty good, but yeah, this is what it is. It changes every week, so this is what's coming up. And that's X date 4/14, which is Monday. Payday is 4/15, which is Tuesday, and today, Friday 4/11, is declaration date. You can still purchase today and get paid on Tuesday. All right, now let's get to what we're all waiting for. Payday. All right, so this is the second week of April. We had a declaration date on 4/9, and payday is today on 4/11. This is going to be trickling to your account during the day, depending on which your brokerage is. I had a brokerage question in the comments. It's depending on your brokerage, right? So it was two questions. So let me just answer those two questions first. First of all, depending on which brokerage company you're in, you can either get paid today or get paid tomorrow. Some are really late, maybe 2 days later. Because some people like to actually receive the money from the company before they distribute. Some people, depending on how much money you have in your account, they might pay you in advance, even though they didn't really receive the dividends from the company yet. So it all depends on your brokerage company. I'm in a couple of brokerage houses, so I kind of know how some of them operate. So for Charles Schwab, they will pay you on the same day. It will trickle in during the day. By the end of the day, you'll have everything. You have some stuff in the morning, and by the end of the day, you'll have everything. For E Trade is not going to pay you today. E Trade is going to pay you on Saturday. So you'll see like your money coming in on Saturday morning, definitely be there by afternoon on Saturday. JP Morgan brokerage is another one I have. JP Morgan is going to pay you today. Fidelity, I have two. Fidelity is also going to pay you today. So the only one I have that doesn't pay you on the same day is E Trade. I guess they're being a little bit more careful, or depending on however they do their dividend payments, they don't pay you on the same day, they pay the next day. Now, if you have some other brokerages that some people said their brokers take 2 days, I don't know. I don't have any of those people. The least one I have is E Trade that pays you the day after. So there you go. And then again, for some people had another question why they're getting payments in two, like this one here, Misty. It shows that I'm supposed to get 14.15. It should be one payment, but I did buy some new shares of this. Like I said, I was planning on buying some, so I did. I bought some new shares. I bought 10 more shares on Wednesday. So in my brokerage account, they will show this separate. They will show whatever I was supposed to get from the shares I have for 1,050, and then the 10 shares I just bought might be separate. But at the end of the day, it would all add up to this amount. So that happens too. You might get two entries for the same ticker, which can happen. But at the end of the day, you still got your full amount. So those are the two questions I had. Hope I answered your questions. And now let's get to Payday. This is Yield Max Group D, and the star of the show is Misty. Misty, I'm very happy that it's still in this hard time. It's still above a dollar per share for a payment. So I have 1,060 shares now. I had 1,050. Again, I said I bought 10 more because it was, really cheap. Trying to bring down my cost basis. So my losses on paper, again, you don't really lose it until you sell. My losses on paper doesn't look that bad. So Misty, 1,060 shares. I have the dividend payment was $1.33. So I made $1,415.74 for this one security. This is my Leo Max is my life. And this guy again was 107% payment, which is awesome for dividends. So there you go. AMZ, I have 110 shares. It paid 48 cents, so I made $53.65. Appley, I have 85 shares. It paid 30 cents, so I made $25.70. AIYY, I have 100 shares. It paid 23 cents. I made $23.01. Square, this had a name change, you guys. Remember, the new name is XYZ. So I'll just put it this way. I have 80 shares. It paid 44 cents. And I got $35.30 for this one. SMCY, I bought more shares of this too. What did I buy? I bought, how much did I get? I got 10 more. Right, I bought 10 more shares of this. So I had 50 before, and now I have 60. So yeah, so 60 shares at $1.50. I got $90.07. YMAX, I have 150 shares at 12 cents, so 19.34. LFGY, I have 30 shares at 41 cents, so $12.51. GPTY, 10 shares at 23 cents, so $2.36. SDTY, 15 shares at 22 cents, so $3.41. QDTY, 10 shares at 21 cents, so $2.20. Seems off. Okay. Um, OT, 100 shares at 8 cents, so $8.22. Then we have Curve. These guys paid on Thursday. So MSFY, 10 shares at 25 cents is $2.50. AMZP, 10 shares at 50 cents is $5. Defiance, these are the indexes. IWMY, 50 shares at 27 cents is $13.99. QQQY, 50 shares at 24 cents is $12.47. So you guys see I'm trying to up my weeklies here. I'm trying to bring these up as I can. TSW, 50 shares at 51 cents, $25.81. MVW, 50 shares at 22 cents, $11.22, 21 cents. PLTW, 100 shares at 32 cents, 32.78. One coin, this is COIW, underlying security Coinbase. 100 shares at 26 cents, $26.04. AAPW, 15 shares at 22 cents, $3.40. And then last up is Roundhill. Just give me a second. Throat is dry here. Okay. QDTE. These are indexes and Bitcoin for Roundhill. QDTE 50 shares at 17 cents is $8.98. RDTE 50 shares at 24 cents is $12.32, and YBTC 50 shares at 30 cents is 15.43. So for this glorious week, which is way better than last week, I got $1,861.40 this week. This is the second week of April. This is Yo Max Group D and a whole bunch of weeklies. Weeklies are really, I'm trying to build those up this week, but still, the monthlies, which I've been building forever, again, for the amount of shares and the payment, this is doing it. Misty is the highlight for the second week. Group D is the highlight. Misty right here. So again, altogether $1,861.40. I am sending $372.28 to a high yield savings account in E Trade. Is where I'm using. E Trade rates are really good right now for savings accounts. So this is where I'm putting my tax money for the end of the year here. Stacking it up, getting ready to pay taxes so I don't have to scramble. Then I'm left with $1,489.12. And I'm going to send $1,250 to my checking to live off of because I got stuff to pay. And then I'm going to leave $239.12 for reinvestment, which I probably used already down here or more than that. So yeah, I still have an outstanding margin account. And so far, I have made $2,787.10 this month. I'm 2 weeks in. I sent $1,950 to my check-in to live off of. I reinvested $279.68, and I sent $557.42 to a high yield savings account for taxes. Now, also, payments, my taxes are due this month. So again, I paid my mortgage, I paid my HOA, I paid the light, I paid internet, I paid life insurance. I did send my credit card payment, which ended up being $550 this month because, again, what's all included. I did do that. I didn't send the repair for my car yet because I had sent this before my car was repaired. But I will be sending that extra car repair money later on this month. I had my car issue. My great neighborhood mechanics out here took care of my car for me. So I will be sending that afterwards. I didn't do a condo payment yet. I'm only 2 weeks in. By the end of the month, I'll see where I look at, see if I send an extra condo payment. But I did send my taxes, and they have been debited. They got debited out of my account yesterday. So I'm before 4/15, so I'm all taken care of tax wise. But I tell you guys I wasn't gonna do it early. That's for sure, because I owed them. So obviously I wasn't gonna do it on 4/15 because I didn't want anything to go wrong. But I had set it to be debit on 4/10, and these guys came in at 3 o'clock in the morning. I saw the notifications come to email that the debits came in from the federal and the state. So taxes are all taken care of. And that's that. Now let's do comparisons, right? So what paid this week? So SMCY paid this week. So from December, which I've been tracking, down to April, we're 5 months in, and it's just been going down. Then it went back up. Yeah, so now we're down to 150, and we started out with $2.35, and we're down to $1.50 per share now. This is the trends in the market. We're just looking at the numbers, right? Next up, Misty. Misty, December was awesome. We had $3 per share, and then it's been going down, down, down. Actually, down again, down to $1.33. I wish for the $3 again. That's all I gotta say. Hope this market turns around because I was getting a lot of stuff done when this thing was $3 per share. Especially when it was $4 per share. Don't forget those days back in um August and November. It was $4 two times. So that's Misty. I AIYY has also been going down 87 cents, 38 cents, 37, 32, and all. Now we're down in the 20s. So AIYY not looking so great either. AMZ 86 cents, 40 cents, 55, 42, 48. So this goes up and down. So that's not too terrible. Appley was 42 cents, 28 cents, 36, 34, now 30. Again, another downtrend. What else we got? And then the ones from Curve. This MSFY is pretty consistent, 25, 25, and 25 since I got involved in it. Um, AMZP has been going down. It was 65, then 55, and now it's 50. So that's a downward trend. And then CVNY, I don't have any comparison. That was the last week. But this is my first time buying into it. So it's only at $2.96. So Carvana was a new buy for me. That I bought that last week. So yeah, that's it. Now let's look at the weeklies. YMAX is going down. LFGY is stable. GPTY is going down. SDTY went down. QDTY is going down. IWNY is going down. Everything seems to be going down. QDT, RDT, YBTC is actually going up. Thank you. Somebody went up here. YBT went up. Let's see the Roundhill weekly pairs. TSW went up. MVW went down. PLTW went down. Coin went down. AAPW went down. And even OT moved from 9 cents now to 8 cents. Before it was holding on at 10 cents, but now it's 9 and now it's 8. So OT is dropping. So yeah, that's the numbers, guys. You can do your own comparisons. I did do some sells on my potentials because I was losing all my potential money. So I did sell D Nut, which is Krispy Kremes. It did only had a 4 cents dividend anyway. IONQ was just a potential profit one. This is the quantum computing, I think. So I did sell out of these. They were dropping too much for me. And again, they didn't pay any dividends. They were just for potential profit. And once they weren't doing what they were supposed to do, they had to go. So I sold IONQ. I sold QTM, which was the ETF on quantum computing. I did sell that. HIMS, you guys know, is that weight loss drug. It was dropping like a fly. I was losing my profits on it, so I sold it. And then what else did I sell? I sold TEM. That was an AI. I put HIMS twice. Okay, that's two times. I don't need it twice. TM1 was like an AI for medical stuff. So I did sell that. It was dropping. And again, it was just a possible increase, which it was not increasing. So I did sell it. Um, Ziva was a new beverage company. It was doing good, but then, it wasn't. So again, didn't pay a dividend at all. So I got rid of it. So those are my sells, the red ones. I'll look at them, see if the market comes back, if they're worth buying into. But right now, these are the ones I sold. So those are the sells from growth stocks or possible increase stocks that I had. The quarterlies, I didn't touch because these are still doing what they're supposed to do. So I didn't sell any of my quarterlies. I don't have that many, but those are up there holding up my stock. Those are really the ones that's holding up my portfolio. McDonald's is still doing really good in this terrible market. Which other one was doing really good? But that's most one I saw that's still green is McDonald's. So McDonald's is fighting through this terrible market. But yeah, that's it. So that's payday, guys. You got the numbers for the weeklies for next week. I'll fill those in a minute because I already have them. Week three numbers. I already have these, so I'll fill those in a minute. And then we're waiting to see you on Wednesday. So have a great weekend. Enjoy your family. Don't forget to stop running around for money and enjoy being with family and friends. That's what it's all about. Take vacations. Relax. It's not everything is not a money grind. So take it easy. See you next week, Wednesday. This is Bluayado channel. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. Thank you for watching.